too.
Oh, great. Are you
I'm
going
planning
to?
on being there as well.
Awesome.
Oh.
Okay, Mackenzie's going to be there as well. So let's connect.
Should we try carpooling?
Yeah, Mackenzie's staying in Sacramento. But yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
I'm gonna stay over Monday night
Oh, no, I'm going back.
because I'm gonna be there for Advocacy Day.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm
no.
hoping to do that as well.
Um,
And I'm staying somewhere in Sacramento.
okay. Well, if you're staying over and you're doing Monday and Tuesday, maybe we should ride together.
I would love to connect with you about that. Yeah.
Okay, great.
We'll be sitting in traffic.
Yeah,
If I looked at this.
well, and carpooling gets us in a carpool lane.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like,
You got the email from,
Carrie.
Okay.
Yes, I was just when I came in here, I was like, oh, I actually pulled it up.
Okay.
I will,
here's the
thank
thing.
you.
we have to
I'm
be
very excited about that.
Okay,
really
cool.
early on Monday
Yay.
to
Okay.
get there on time. Good. I guess we have to
Yes.
allow a couple hours, something like that.
I'll look at my schedule and let me know what my availability
I think
is.
the morning session starts
Rick, how's
at
it going?
9.
And then
Okay.
Jack, they're just,
So we have to
Good.
leave.
Doing good.
That is an early.
Enjoying the weather?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. It's great.
I know it is. It's beautiful.
Excited in the West.
Yeah.
Is he joining me?
no, she's not, they've got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah.
Her and Rachel both asked. What is it?
Hey, are we all here? It's 3:30. It's time to convene this meeting. So I'm happy to call, wait a minute, what is today? The April 6th? The April 6th meeting of the Art and Public Places Committee to order. Okay, roll call, please.
Absolutely. Chair Nathanson,
I am here.
Vice Chair Kiefer,
Present.
Committee Member Puentes,
Here.
Committee Member Peters,
Here.
and Committee Member Trejo Vasquez.
Here.
Let the record reflect that everyone is present.
Great, thank you. Okay, public comments. We don't have any visitors, although Scott, you're here. Yeah.
I am. I have no public comment other than to just express I'm glad to be here today. So
Oh,
We're glad that you're here. Great. Okay, we are up to approval of the minutes. Did everybody take a look? Are there any additions or corrections?
No.
Okay, the minutes are accepted as submitted. Thank you, Mr. Recording Secretary. Okay, we're up to item number 6, scheduled items. Meredith, 6.1.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Go. Good. Today, we'll be reviewing 2 public art proposals that we've received in conjunction with the Jean-Claude and Christo exhibit that will be going on at the Museum of Sonoma County starting end of June. There we go. We will be celebrating 50 years of the Christo and Jean-Claude's Running Fence, which was a temporary art installation from 1976 that stretched over 24 miles from Sonoma and Marin counties. And the Museum of Sonoma County exhibit dates are June 27th through November 8th. The highlights of this exhibit are video sound installations, original concept sketches, floor-to-ceiling photos, iconic pieces of the fence, and stories and photos from a lot of locals that were instrumental of bringing this exhibit to life here. Then there's a link in the slide along for more information as they'll be updating that soon in regards to the exhibit. In recognition of this, we are recommending 2 temporary public art projects that we've received proposals for to highlight public art in the community. So sort of outside of the museum walls in our parks. These projects would be temporary, which would be for summer, fall 2026. We do not have the exact install and deinstall dates yet because that would proceed after this meeting if it's approved. These projects are designed to engage local artists, students, and community organizations, activate public spaces through temporary accessible artworks, expand participation across diverse communities, engaged with the landscape and public space, emphasis on the scale, repetition, and visual impact, and engage with community of curiosity and participation, similar items to what Jean-Claude and Christo look to do through their work. The first proposal is La Cinquenta Monarchs. And this is a collaborative public art installation with artist Martin Zuniga and the youth from Latino service providers. This will feature 50 monarch butterflies. The monarch butterfly serves as a symbol of transformation, migration, resilience, and cultural identity. The goals of this are to celebrate and elevate Latino voices and cultural expression, foster collaboration between the artists and community organizations, and create a highly visible symbolic installation. The proposed location for this is a Howarth Park Trails, with butterfly number 1 being at the Museum of Sonoma County. And so he's actually already started to work with the Latino service youth on this exhibit. And this is a butterfly number 1 that he's designed. He would have stamped engineering's drawings for this. And the idea is that this is weaving in and out by the Howarth Park Trail. So there'll be 49 through Howarth Park with number 1 at the museum. The second proposal we received is from Michael McGinnis and the SRJC sculpture students. This is a curated series of temporary sculptural installations created by the sculpture students that would be placed throughout Santa Rosa Park and civic sites. This would be inspired by the running fence. These works will explore themes of landscape, movement, materiality, and interaction with the natural environment. The goals are to provide emerging artists with real-world public art experience. That's something him and I have actually spoke about of having them learn the application process and then how to work with city government on placing art, something again Jean-Claude and Christo did a lot of. Activate public park and civic spaces with temporary public art, and encourage public interaction and discovery across multiple locations. So with this proposal, these are examples of artwork that the students have created. It's not that these are the artworks that will be placed. So his idea is to work with the students to do site-specific work. So to start to look at different city sites that we could have, potentially Juilliard Park, the Welcome Center could be one, obviously Courthouse Square, but I'd really like to look more at our park space, similar with the Howarth Park. And then he also would like to do one in front of the museum as well. So the whole idea will be doing our parks, but also having the community members and visitors and at the museum for the exhibit. So staff today recommends that the Art and Public Places Committee approve the award of $20,000 from the Public Art Fund, which would be $10,000 to artist Martin Zuniga and $10,000 to Michael McGinnis for the design, fabrication, and installation of temporary public artworks to display in the summer/fall 2026. And I also forgot to mention that Martin's butterflies are at about cost of about $2,000 to $2,500 each. And so he's also looking for sponsorships and partnerships. And Michael's would go to assisting them with the materials, if there is any permit fees, et cetera, for the sculpture students.
Great, thanks.
Quick,
Questions?
it's Martine.
Oh, Martine, sorry.
I'm
Okay,
almost positive.
It is.
Okay.
okay.
It definitely
Unless
is.
he's
Oh, okay.
corrected you.
Martine.
Yeah, okay. Go on,
Anyway,
sorry.
yeah, so this is a time to ask any questions. I have a question, being that I don't work at the museum any longer. How involved has the museum been in solicitation or selection or recommendation of these two artists?
We've been partnered with this, yes.
Okay.
So I've been working with their main curator there, as well as the executive director
Jen.
on both of these, yes.
Jen,
So they are in
okay.
support of this.
Great. And is there any financial commitment from the museum for this?
Not for these, no. But I also,
Okay.
yeah. They have their exhibit,
I know,
and
I know.
also, this is just to support the artists of placing it in the city sites.
No, I'm glad it's happening. Thank you.
Me too.
Is everybody on the committee familiar with the running fence and Christo and Jean-Claude?
No,
Nancy,
I-
you're,
yeah.
I
you're
think
not.
that was, I was not born.
No.
No.
No, it's good.
I am going to reveal my age. I saw the running fence.
Oh,
I was actually in college and we drove up from Santa Cruz to see it.
oh, wow.
Wow.
So, yeah. I also have worked a lot with, when I was working at the museum, I took the lead in terms of building and helping to catalog the Christo collection. So I'll just share with everybody, the Museum of Sonoma County has the largest collection of Christo and Jean-Claude's work outside of the Smithsonian. So I think for Nancy's benefit, maybe just say a few words about. So Christo and Jean-Claude, in a sense, invented the idea of public land art that interacts with nature and architecture. And their first major project that was recognized worldwide was the running fence 50 years ago. And as Meredith said, it ran for 24 miles through Marin and Sonoma County. And when you see photographs of it, actually, do we have any photographs available?
Not on our website that I could bring up at this
Okay.
time.
If you see photographs of it,
There was, when you clicked on the.
Oh, in the,
Yeah,
oh yeah, it really, you can see that it activated the landscape, but you really don't get a sense of its scale. The fence was actually
I think.
Public website.
18 feet tall.
Yeah, I looked somewhere else.
So it had a remarkably striking dynamic presence, and it was really quite beautiful. But getting it approved through both counties and across all of this private farmland that it ran, it was it almost didn't happen. And when it finally did happen, it was only up for a couple of weeks. So it took months and months to install, and then it had to be disassembled after only a couple of weeks. It was very controversial, but it ended up becoming one of the most famous things about this region. I mean, it's still talked about. Here we are 50 years later. Christo and Jean-Claude went on to do many, many other major projects worldwide. And I've seen a few of them in person. So, and I'll just brag a little bit. I met them years ago when I was curating a show of sculpture by drawings by sculptors. And we curated a couple of Christo's works into the exhibition. So I got to go to a studio to select the works in New York. And
Oh
yeah,
It's
so-
small here, but.
yeah, it's kind of
You get-
small.
You get an idea for the scale, though.
But, just imagine this thing's 18 feet tall and runs for 24 miles. It was
Wow.
pretty incredible.
Like up and down hills, so it's like doing this all over.
Anyway,
There.
the museum's been planning this exhibition and working on it for years. I worked on it until I left there a year and a half ago. So I'm glad Jen's taken the lead on it because she's smart. She knows a lot about Bristow.
She's great.
Yeah. Okay, I think what we need at this point is a motion to approve the funding for these two artists to do their projects. So do I hear a motion to approve the $10,000 to Martin Zuniga and $10,000 to Michael McGinnis for their temporary public art projects in connection with the Christo and Jean-Claude 50-year anniversary exhibition?
Who'll second that motion?
But you have to make the
Oh, I'll
motion.
make a motion. I thought you were making the motion.
No, I can't, I'm
You can't.
chair.
I know, okay.
You can just say so moved.
So moved.
Seconded.
There you go.
Thank you.
Did you get that, Jack?
I did indeed.
Thank you. Okay, now it's open for discussion. I kind of spoke a little bit out of turn, but anyway, here we are.
I have a question about the $10,000. Was this
the maximum amount that was offered to each artist, or was this selected after seeing the proposals that were submitted?
Seeing the proposals, we don't have a large amount in our public art fund to give, but I think giving something to assist with these material costs, especially because they're working with students and community members, is key to assist them with the project, so.
Follow-up question, do you know if the city would be able to assist with marketing or assist with like organizing those student and just opportunities with the public?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I do plan on that, and that would be in our next year's work plan when I bring
Okay.
that forward. They'll need assistance with some signage, most likely at all of the butterflies, QR codes, going to learn more at our website. We'll do some marketing, and yes, so I do plan on bringing that back of sort of that overall campaign for public art, because I think this is a great opportunity for our community, because of the multiple different partnerships this brings to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, any other comments or questions?
I just have a quick question. Did you say there's gonna be 49 or 50 butterflies?
50 with number one being at the museum. That's the plan.
And you said they're each $2,000?
Well, that's the cost without donations.
Okay.
So, there's, whether it's transportation, artist fees, material costs, cutting the wood, they're 12 feet long by 9 feet high.
Oh, so
They're very large.
Not that it impacts it, but this is not, like, this is gonna cover
No.
a fraction of how
Exactly.
much that entire
Yeah.
project costs.
That's actually why I asked about the museum's
Yeah.
financial commitment.
Yeah.
So, because it's going to take quite a bit of fundraising to make it happen.
Yeah, and they're looking at different options. I haven't approached the museum about contributing because they're doing the Christo exhibit, and this was something brought to the city and that the city can provide for the public in our spaces. Yeah.
Okay.
So minimum, there will be five
I was just
butterflies.
gonna say.
There you
Is that
go.
what we're looking
There's the math. right there.
I do.
He's already started, so I don't
Okay.
think, I think that this assists in some way in showing our support for the community. I think that's
Oh,
really.
absolutely.
Oh, no, I think, yeah,
I-
that's lovely. I just wanted to make sure I was understanding that. I was like,
No,
oh.
I've seen his art and seen how he works with the community, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
Could you go back to the picture of the sample butterfly or the one that he's already created? I'm curious about how it was.
Yeah, you can see how
Did
tall
it
it is.
sit on the
Mhm.
ground? Yeah.
so they'll be anchored in the ground with stakes, and he will have stamped engineering drawings, so. And we'll be reviewing with parks on all of the locations in Howard Park to ensure that it doesn't impede with different maintenance, et cetera, for the install, and work with the install, deinstall. through,
Will they
all
be
those
different
elements.
colors or?
No, they'd actually all be the same.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
so they're all the same.
And so I take it that the parks have approved the project to go in there at Howard?
Yes,
Okay.
pending exact locations.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
Pending exact locations because until we give them the actual map of where these are going, then we do just have to review and say, is there any ongoing maintenance that's happening in those areas? But it'll be woven. The idea is it's woven by the trail. It's not in the trail. And so it's between the trees so you could see them in clusters as you're walking. So it's not directly like a running fence, but it's sort of woven fence throughout. So
Yeah. Well,
and then
that
signage.
sounds like it'd be maybe a little bit like Crypto's Gates project in Central Park.
Oh, the
With
orange.
the orange
The
gates,
orange, yes.
which were placed, I think where they were evenly spaced, but throughout the entire park.
Mhm.
It was really, it was
Once
beautiful.
these
It was
are
really
moving
beautiful.
forward, we can obviously bring them back with the artists and receive feedback and discussion items on them.
Is there a plan for what happens to the butterflies after the project?
Not that I'm aware of thus far, but I think that that's a really good question.
If they're successful in raising enough money to do all 50 butterflies,
Mhm.
that's a lot of butterflies.
That is.
Butterflies.
That too.
I'd like to butterfly.
Same with the.
And they're gonna have to live somewhere.
Yes, they are going to have to live somewhere.
So these they are put together in pieces. So
So they
so
can
they'll
be
take them
disassembled.
apart. You can see the kids outlining that one. So the kids are working on doing all the outline for the cutting of the wings, et cetera. So and they're laser cut in
Essentially.
batches, if you
Assemble
will.
on site.
Okay.
It's not as overwhelming as
Yeah. you can see.
Yeah, great. Full disclosure, Martin is a friend. I've worked with him on a number of projects. I'm not currently doing anything with him right now, and no financial involvement. But in the past, I have. So just want everybody to know that.
Yes, and full disclosure for me, I am friends with Michael McGinnis and he does partner with the LBC for Northern Lights. Actually, every picture from there is from Northern Lights.
Okay,
Yeah,
We work
that's
very
excellent,
closely
yeah.
together, but
He's wonderful.
he's, yeah. But
okay. Any other comments, questions?
For Michael McGinnis' project, will we get to see a preview of the,
Student work.
yes, the
Yes,
suit beforehand?
yes. Yeah, so he's just started speaking with them.
Great.
I actually had reached out to him. It was more towards maybe end of last year. He was very excited
Yeah.
about this opportunity because he really enjoys Christo. So yes, once we get a better idea of what they would be doing and the material use and the locations, it's something I'd bring back.
Wonderful.
Great. Okay. All right. It's been moved and seconded to approve $10,000 to Martin Zuniga and $10,000 to Michael McInnes for public artworks, temporary public artworks that will be installed in connection with the Museum of Sonoma County's 50-year anniversary exhibition of Christo and Jean-Claude. Jack, I think it's time to take a vote.
All righty, Chair Nathanson,
Aye.
Vice Chair Kiefer,
I,
Committee Member Puentes,
Hi.
Committee Member Peters,
I,
and Committee Member Trejo Vasquez. Let the record reflect that the motion passes unanimously.
Thank you all.
Great, thank you.
Chair, if I
Yes.
may through the chair.
Oh.
oh,
Oh, I was just gonna public
Go ahead.
comment, if I may through the liaison, actually, through the
Yeah.
chair.
Oh, I should have asked for public comment, but I wasn't thinking there was.
No, you're okay.
You're kind of public, but. not-
I'm staff, but
Yeah.
here's public. I just wanted to add that Meredith and staff and I, we've been having really fun conversations around the potential for the city to partner around this event and really support it where we can and the museum where we can. And I did not see the running fence, but when my father was the executive director for the Kern County Arts Council, he took me as a child to see the umbrellas.
Oh, I saw that project
Yeah,
too. It was
yeah.
fun, wasn't it?
It was very fun. So just thank you for everything that you do and your time and your commitment here and really appreciate it. So.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, we have a fun job.
You're giving up your time and yeah, we appreciate it.
For a very good cause.
Absolutely.
Great. Okay, well, thank you all. We are moving along to item 6.2, Arts Roundtable.
Great, thank you. So this week, we have an arts roundtable at Raíces Collective on Wednesday from 5:30 to 7:30. And we've been meeting as an ad hoc committee to review the agenda. And so ad hoc committee, do you want me to read through sort of what I had emailed out last week and then open it up for discussion and have you present on sort of what we're looking to do?
sure, I think that would be a great place to start with the overview.
Okay, great. So similar to our last arts roundtable, the last arts roundtable was focused on South A Street. And that was more location specific. This arts roundtable, we're working with Raíces Collective, and we want to make it more focused on their goals as an artist and what we can do as an arts commission to support that. So the draft agenda that we're bringing forward today, that we'd like to open up for discussion as well for feedback, is that we'll open it up with to inform on the goals and the work plan and about the Arts Roundtable series. The breakout activity that we'll be doing will break up into multiple groups depending on attendance. And each group will work through 3 prompts. The first will be cultural identity and storytelling. So what stories from your community are not being told in public spaces? And what cultural traditions, histories, or voices should be more visible? The second will be goals. What are your goals as an artist? And I put in my notes 1 year to 5 years. When speaking as a ad hoc committee, we were talking about, we can go there with a lot of ideas, but we want to also ensure that it aligns with the goals of who's attending. So really understanding where they're coming from and how do they want to grow in the community. And then 3, what barriers are they facing and what makes it difficult for artists or community members to participate in the arts? And what would make it easier to engage, because there's language, funding, space, et cetera. And then each group will have a share out, which will talk about their key theme, their priority project idea, and then what the barrier is and a solution to that barrier. And then we'll do closing. And then the other additional idea was to have a whiteboard, or we'll have our larger notepad, depending of what they'd like to see more from Santa Rosa Arts and Culture. And so they can put up sticky notes of what they'd like to see. So that's something we can also bring back to this commission here. I think it's a really important group to lean on to understand of how we can support better. We will have our translator there, Ana Horta, who will be assisting us as well. And we'll be doing, snacks, snacks and drinks and et cetera, and really looking to move forward well with this community and learn from them also is really important.
I would
Great.
like to add just
Yeah.
that I had a great time when we met at their space and really see this as a great place to have, very open discussions. It seemed like a space that was not only I liked hearing about their programming of what they do there because it was a community space. It was a workshop space. It, is a multi-function space. And I think that really leans well to our conversation of how can we support spaces and people in order to have that community or mutual aid and how we can. So I think that this will be a really sweet setting for our conversation around this. And I'm glad to hear that these topics are somewhat loose in that, there can be a lot of personal interpretation, but opportunity for greater discussion to get to some takeaways or action items.
Yeah.
I was just gonna add as well, sorry, really quickly, that I believe we just kept it to the Raices Collective is just going to send out an invite to their sort of group, their members, so it's not fully open to.
The whole community.
Yeah, we
Okay.
decided,
Good.
and please correct me if I'm wrong, but it was sort of, at first, we were trying to look at geographical communities and then where the Raices Collective is located, it just didn't quite make sense, so we decided to focus on that as a community, as an arts community, so I think.
Yeah, because when we were looking through multiple different locations, whether it's at a school in Roseland, et cetera, in the South A Street, when we printed out a map with Juilliard Park with South A Street, because not only were we focused on the artist studios, but it was more of that land use as well of where we place art. Where Raices Collective is, we really want to focus on that group and then what their goals are as artists, but not specifically on the public art locations within that frame.
They're a really great group.
Yeah, and I don't think that's to say we won't go back to the other.
Exactly,
way.
yeah, I
That's
think-
just, I just wanted to explain
We-
that this time was intentionally set.
Yeah, we realized when looking at locations
It's
that
a
it may
weird
not,
location.
it's not,
Yeah.
We were like,
one shoe's not gonna fit it all, right? All
Yeah.
different,
You got
yeah.
some warehouses and everything.
Yes.
like land and water coffee, I don't.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I
Why
can't
are
be
you
there.
doing that?
I'm friends with their founder, Isabella.
Isabella.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
Eddie Alvarez, council member Alvarez, said to me early in this process, when actually I was at a mayor's luncheon with all the different commission heads. And we were just starting to talk about the Arts Roundtable concept, and I mentioned it in my report. And he came to me and he said, if you're doing anything that has to do with the Latino community, Roseland, just keep me in the loop, please let me know. So do you know if he has been
I haven't
advised of
reached out
this?
to him.
Would you do that, please?
Yeah.
I think
we
he'd
can connect.
appreciate it.
Also, we could add it as a, apologize, through the chair and through staff as an update to the Economic Development Subcommittee. Because he is on the subcommittee.
It's this Wednesday.
Oh, it's this Wednesday, yeah, so it wouldn't be.
But it's not, he was more interested, I think, in Roseland and kind of a larger community, so.
Yeah, no, but you bring up a very good point of involving the council member of the area or community that we're working with.
For next time we do those.
Okay, any other questions or comments related to this? Sounds really great. Glad you're doing it.
Yeah, we'll bring this back to the next meeting with the overview of how it went.
I could say one more thing about kind of the activity that or question asking what would they like to see more of in Santa Rosa's arts and culture community? For me, that question was really inspired by a public art project that I saw a number of years ago by the artist Candy Chang. And she was putting up, these are like name tag stickers and putting them on vacant buildings and having community members say, I wish this was a library or I wish this was a park. And so I think those types of interacting, using public art as an opportunity to get public feedback is really powerful. So I'm hoping that we can turn some of these reactions into some sort of like a, deliverable of like, this was talked about, but this could actually have feasible action items, steps to it. I thought that was a really powerful illustration, and I'd be happy to share some of her work with you.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Sounds great. Okay, anything else? Very good. Thanks, Meredith. We're now up to item 6.3, arts and culture update.
All right, for today, I have an overview of some of our programs for an update. I believe we didn't have a meeting last month, if I recall. So couple things to review with you. First, we have Live at Juilliard. So that will be every Sunday from July 12th to August 16th. The bands have been chosen by the selection panel, and right now we are working on their contracts. So by the next meeting, we'll be ideally announcing those bands once those contracts are signed. Right now, there's applications open for food vendors and for our nonprofit alcohol partner. So at each event, a nonprofit will serve beer or wine, and then they get the donations and sales to go to that nonprofit. And we also usually have 2 food vendors and then sometimes a dessert vendor. So those are found on our arts website, and those applications are open, I believe it's until end of May. And then volunteers. So we usually have about 3 staff on board at each event. And so if you're interested in volunteering at the Art in Public Places tent that we have set up, we'll have art walk maps, information about our program, answering questions on where the restrooms are, all of that. But it's really good to show our faces and be present in the community. So if you are interested in volunteering, we could use it. So please send us an email. And I think that was it for the Live at Juilliard. We're really excited for the bands. We had a lot of applications, and it's going to be a great year. 31 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
yay.
Yeah. In February, we had the official launch of Film Santa Rosa. This is an initiative under our program designed to position Santa Rosa as a film-friendly destination in Northern California. We had the launch of the Film Santa Rosa Mixer, which was held over at La Rosa end of February. And we had about 200 filmmakers and businesses, et cetera, in attendance. And it was an awesome time.
I was amazed
Yeah.
how many people were there. It was
Oh,
really
So
crowded.
fun.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of great feedback on our program. The emails keep coming in from filmmakers now that are either local, or I had a call from someone in Colorado today of wanting to film here. So we're assisting them with locations, we're assisting them with hotel stays, catering, et cetera, and also promoting their arts. And we've been working closely with Creative Sonoma, Visit Santa Rosa, and all the other cities as well that are all getting on board. As you know, we have a lot of film festivals here. We had a Santa Rosa native, Miles Levin, that was just at the Sonoma Film Festival. And there was an article on him. So it's really exciting. Also, just personally to see what people are doing here in Santa Rosa. It's very cool that we have all of these artists and writers and directors that live here. So we're looking to continue to grow that. We did do a location video that, Jack, am I going to pull it up on the
I can pull
website?
it up here. You ready for it?
Perfect. Yeah. So we'll show you our location reel that we did. That's in our website. And this was through Jack Wonderly as the videographer of this.
Make sure we have our audio. Just make sure. And then if we could, I was testing this earlier, and if we speak and they can't hear it on the recording, so if we could just keep conversation down until the video is over, and hopefully this plays with sound.
Santa Rosa never looked so good.
I know. A little choppy there, but you can see it on the-
Well, we could see it on the
Yeah.
laptop.
Yeah.
That delay is really weird though.
Yeah,
I know, I tested it last week and it.
at the
looked
large,
fine.
when you
Here.
opened it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something always, right? Test my patience.
I know.
Yeah.
Like-
It's-
So that's on the website.
So that's on our website, yeah. And we've been getting a lot of requests now on different film locations. As you may not know, our department does all the film permits as well. So we're in a really unique position here where not only can we help with locations, we actually do the permits. And because we also manage all the special events, we already have that rhythm set up with police and fire, et cetera. So So that's been really great. So if you know of any filmmakers, directors, writers, or et cetera in the area, we're also encouraging everyone to sign up on the Creative Sonoma website to make sure their profile's up to date, because that's something that's where we'll be sending people if they're looking for a writer or director. I'm not here to reinvent the wheel. That already exists, and that's for our community. Visit Santa Rosa has listed all of the hotel partnerships as well. So if you know of any hoteliers here that would offer discounts to filmmakers for staying, they're not on their website, let me know. I can connect them along with any caterers and et cetera. We have that list growing. So any businesses that you may know that say, hey, I would love to work with filmmakers and offer them a deal. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. We've got a lot of potential projects coming up. So
Cool.
yeah, and I was glad to see you there too, Jeff. It was a really fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah. National Arts Program, we celebrated 23 years. Thank you, Lisa and Kristen. They had their work cut out for them as judges. I think it took them, I don't know, was it maybe a week or so, right, of deliberating and
keep going, coming back.
I had like 3 visits.
Yeah. Thank
Exactly.
you. And that means a lot because, it's artists' work that have put a lot of time and passion into it. So I really appreciate that dedication to scoring. We had the reception in March 15th, and Vice Mayor Okrepke handed out awards with me. A lot of families in attendance, kids in attendance, parents. I say it's probably my favorite actual event here because it's like what we do and it's supporting the artists and the community and their families. So the photos are on our Facebook if you haven't seen them yet. National Arts Program, their social media coordinator also came out about a week before and interviewed some of the artists. And so they've been highlighting, oh, I'm sorry. They've been highlighting some of the artists on their Facebook. So you'll have to check that out as well. And 23 years. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The History of Sonoma County panels, Ruth Asawa's work. We've had 6 panels that have successfully been poured. So this is very exciting. Our team, we went down to visit in October, and then we revisited, I want to say it was last month, maybe it was in February.
Yeah.
And met Henry and Vivian, Ruth's kids there, that are all part of Asawa Linear Incorporated. So we've been working closely with them on this. They approve every step of the designs, et cetera, of the process. The panels that have not been poured are the Sea Life panels. Those are pretty large. And so we've been discussing with them on the final resting place of these panels as we're looking now at the preservation and the visibility. As you know, we have a lot of events in Courthouse Square, and that also means that there's a lot of stages, and those stages are set up right in front of where the fountain would be. And so we've been working with the family on discussions of what would the final resting place of these panels look like. So it's still a lot in discussion. But we're very excited that these are poured. We're also looking at a temporary display of one of the panels, which would be the Santa Rosa panel. So that one, I should have included it as a larger slide. It's in the very top left corner. So it's really neat to see. We also have Ruth's original sketches of this. So we'll be updating the website with some of those items. And then I plan to keep coming back to update you on the next steps of these discussions, especially when we're looking for community input on this project, as we will be.
My question is, how many more panels did you say there still needs to
3.
be?
There's
3 more
9 panels, yeah.
And the funding's already secured and done for those 3 panels?
No, not
Okay.
for those, because we need the fabrication and engineering of the backing of it. So the way it's being designed, it could actually go on a wall, it could go on a fountain, it could go on a stage. So we've changed a couple things so that way we can implement it to where it will finally go.
Okay.
So do you have a finalized timeline for completion?
Ideally, we have a temporary, one of the panels temporary displayed, I would say by end of summer would be great. I can't promise that though. I think that we've made some major milestones already, and we're on a really good track. But I don't have that timeline. Once I do, I would for sure bring that forward.
Do you guys have an idea of where the temporary display could be?
Courthouse Square is
It
what we're
would
thinking.
be,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That's ideally, but again, I think that there could be multiple options for this
Yeah.
as well.
I remember,
Should we do questions at the end of this, or?
We can.
Oh.
I mean, it's up to the
Okay.
chair if they want to do comments, questions.
I mean, this is information only, correct? Or do we-
Yeah, I just didn't know if we had to do it at the end of the update.
Not necessarily, no.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Then, yeah, let's talk about it. So I remember there was some discussion about funding for, getting the total budget completed. What's the status?
Yes, so we're in contract with the foundry for the casting, the patina, and the pouring of the panels. And now we need to do an amendment for the fabrication engineering of the backing, and then also if we want to do a temporary display. So that amendment we're working on right now. And then we did set aside, I believe it was 75,000, if I recall, from Public Art Fund, but I would have to pull that up. That's in the contract already for the pouring of those panels. The reason is, one, material cost has gone up. Two, originally, we weren't going to re-pour them in bronze. We were going to use the originals, and that was that beginning quote that we received from the foundry. And then as those have been taken a look at, obviously they're in disrepair. So we had to go these next steps. They look beautiful, and really that's the way to go when you're looking at sustainability and longevity. Ruth Asawa's family has been more than supportive of this, and they are supporting us looking at some different options for the display of this. Just to honor her work and have it be more of a centerpiece of downtown. Mhm.
And I know Hugh Futrell and his group, they were leading a fundraising effort. So have they raised enough?
That would be more through the DAO to speak on that. I'm not
Okay.
as involved with that.
I would just hate for it to get stalled again because there's more funds to raise.
Then they have the letter of support from the family as well. So,
Okay, that's great.
yeah, so we're in contact about that.
Question and surrounding Hugh Futrell's plan that he
Mhm.
talked to our committee about a few years ago with the
Mhm.
fountain, and we talked
Mhm.
about fountain tiling colors. How does any amendment, how would that relate to the plan that we just heard about, or we heard about a couple of years ago from Hugh? Would there be, I guess, any need to update that plan from, because I know that was originally
Mhm.
approved by council. I know this was a little before your time, so I'm just
Mhm.
wondering how we, with confidence, talk about this process.
Yeah, so that would be an update to the master plan there. So so that is all something that obviously it's still moving forward, and there's a lot of items in discussion. So nothing's been set in stone, et cetera, but we're very excited that these panels are in this process and that we want to put one on temporary display as all those discussions will start happening.
And has a report on the progress been made to the mayor and city council? I know Mark Stapp, sometime last year, asked me at an event, he said, "What's going on with the Asawa fountain?"
It will be on Monday. It's being taken to the Economic Development Subcommittee, which consists of 3 council members. So
Great.
it's taken-
And this is next Monday
Mhm.
you're talking about, okay.
Yeah, on April 13th.
And will a report go to Mark or is it one of the?
They do report, the subcommittee reports to council, and so they do mention on that during
Okay,
council
yeah,
items.
just want to make sure he's informed. Okay,
Great.
thank you.
Would it be preferred for someone from the Art and Public Places Committee to be there at that meeting to just say that, we are aware of these updates and, we're supporting this program? I guess I can talk online If
Yeah,
I
I
may.
mean, there's public comment, so you're always welcome to go. You know, Scott will be giving the update because I'll be absent on Monday. We'll be reviewing just the same as we have with you. So there will be a time
I think I am.
That'd be
later-
great, because I can't do it on Monday.
later on when there's more of a community input and we actually have more direction moving forward. That there'll be something more to, I guess, support. Right now, we're talking about the panels are being poured and that we're looking at a temporary display.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I am in support of the public display and would like to be more involved with our community about planning that.
Yeah, great.
Cool.
No questions?
I'll just add, I was with Meredith and some of the other staff when we toured the foundry and we saw these panels. And these pictures don't do it justice. To see them in person, the amount of detail and the contouring, it just was incredible and very impressive. And to also know that the cost of copper per metric ton, that's been a real volatile market. Geopolitical conditions are really affecting the price of these materials, and copper continues to skyrocket, and bronze is primarily copper. And he said that they weighed several tons each, right? So it was nice to see like the projects coming to fruition. I know it's been a long time in the making and it's been in discussion for quite some time, but they're there now, fully cast in this forever material that it's just going to be really impressive, I think, when we get them out into the square.
So I do have a question. So when we do have the Santa Rosa historic panel brought down here for display, is that going to just to stay there until the other ones are brought in instead of temporary and then taking it back, or?
I would envision that. I
Yes.
think that's all items of if this and that. So
Sure.
until we decide of how that panel is going to be displayed, one or two back to back, or, you know, I think there's just so many different options. I think the goal would be yes.
Yes.
It's really important. The feedback we get from the community is it's all about the panels and seeing this work and honoring Ruth's work, making it accessible to everyone. So yes, I think that would be our goal.
Awesome.
Great,
Happy to hear
Yeah.
that this is getting
yeah,
to
yeah.
the economic subcommittee next.
I'll just add too, it was really apparent being there, to be on the sidelines and to see the way that the foundry was interacting with Meredith. They've done us so many favors and they've eliminated costs and they've done so much that they can to make this a real productive and efficient use of taxpayer funds. And I think it all has to do with the relationship that Meredith has built with them. So she's done a wonderful job, and I think that they really have enjoyed the experience working for Santa Rosa. So one, good job. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
They've been
Um,
great to work with.
Yeah.
And the
they've been-
family too has been.
That's right. And the family, Asawa family came and met us, and it was
It's a
really
lot of steps along the way of approval and they want to be involved and we want them to be involved. And so getting that letter of support of ensuring Ruth's work is the center of our community. I think that's what we all want.
and not impose on the foundry by having them store several metric tons. So hopefully we'll get them out of the.
Yeah.
do you know who's doing the installation yet?
Right now we have that on an amendment with the foundry, but I think depending on location, that could change, you know. Yeah. There were two other items that I forgot to do slides for. One is Earth Day. So Earth Day will be Saturday, April 25th. I had brought this forward, I believe it was January, talking about, maybe it was end of last year, about doing public art for it, similar to what we had done last year. And I think our decision was, we have a lot of projects going on. Let's see what people propose. So Santa Rosa Urban Arts Partnership, along with Alina
New Bell.
Bell, proposed doing giant puppets and bikes that are decorated with animals. And we are very excited about that. They received some funding through our community promotions grant, and they will be starting in Juilliard Park and arriving in Courthouse Square around between 12:45 and 1-ish, I believe. Now, Earth Day starts at noon. We also have that same day, we have National Arts Program pickup at Finley Center. So being as we are a small mighty team, I would like to see if anyone is interested in volunteering with me at Earth Day. We would like to do an art and public places booth, hand out our sustainability guides and hand out our art walk maps. And we would be stationed in front of Wheels Go Round sculpture with recycled materials. So it's a really great opportunity to talk to the public. So I will be working that while Mackenzie's doing the morning at National Arts Program. If you're only available in the morning, also please let me know because I could maybe put you to work with National Arts Program at Finley Center. So we'll have the puppets coming in at around 1:00, and then they'll be placed throughout Courthouse Square on a stand, and then Santa Rosa Urban Arts Partnership will also have a booth. But I would like to also have an arts booth for us, so we can talk to the community. So please email me if there is a time that you could volunteer. Earth Day starts at noon, I believe it's noon to 4, so we would be looking at, 11:30 to 4:30, or even if you could only do from 1 to 2, I'll take it. So just email me if you can. I know it's last minute, and I meant to bring this last month, but then I canceled. The other item is the art walk. So while we still have a year and a half left of this art walk, we will be looking at opening up a call. I'll be bringing that project plan either probably next month or potentially June to you. While we're going to review our fiscal year work plan, et cetera, and budget. So I just wanted to sort of plant a seed to start thinking about if there's a certain theme that you would want to see of the next temporary art walk. So while it seems a far time away, we'd want to open up that call sometime in September and start thinking about if there's a certain theme that you think that would be fun. Other than that, we have our arts and culture newsletter. So I'll be sending that out probably this month with another update of some of these items, especially when we get the bands to announce for Live at Juilliard. Make sure you're following us on Facebook and Instagram and share with your friends. That is my update for today.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
I assume you probably got an email either from Americans for the Arts or Californians for the Arts, but this month is Arts, Culture, and Creativity Month.
I
So,
did,
yeah,
yes.
So
Yes.
be great to put a banner on any marketing stuff that goes out.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, good. Great report. Lots going on.
Mhm.
Okay, we are up to item number 8, committee member reports. Anybody on the committee?
I have a quick.
Yes, Kristen.
So to expand upon Meredith's discussion of the earthly procession on Earth Day, I brought a little puppet, but I have a small example of what we are building. These are some of the birds that we could be building. And
that's great.
attaching to people's bikes. So I am helping facilitate a workshop.
Wait a minute, did they move up and down when you pedal?
Well, that could be
That's-
designed. That's not how this one
Yeah.
currently is. That's a great idea to bring to our build shop. This weekend on Sunday, folks, Alina and I will be leading art making at the Arlene Francis Center
Oh,
from
that's
10 a.m.
fun.
until 2 p.m. This will be for the Earth Day procession. So I also have in my backpack a great template for building a moth. This is another thing we'll be doing. And I will be giving out, template guides to folks if they just want to cut cardboard or if they are, able to draw designs. I will help you be part of a team. I will give you a job to cut this shape of cardboard, make 20 of them so that we can make 20 of
I
these
love
birds
it.
or
That's
20
great.
of these moths. So Alina and I are in go mode for producing the artwork for
Nice.
this event. If you want to be part of it, please get a hold of me or reach out to me on Instagram. I will be posting a lot of information about these opportunities to make art with us and get involved.
I can't wait to see what people make.
Yeah,
It's
that sounds
cool.
great.
It's gonna be
And
really
that's
neat.
this Saturday, you said?
So this Sunday, the
Oh, the
12th.
Sunday, the 12th, sorry about that.
10 a.m. till 2 p.m. at the Arlene Francis Center. We'll be doing a free to attend community workshop. We ask that if kids are in attendance, that they bring an adult with them. And yeah, we have collected a number of cardboard materials and paints and scissors and all of our supplies. It is free for you to attend and free for you to use our materials as they are available. We don't know how many people are going to attend, so we just want to be open about, we will give you materials as long as they are available.
Okay, got it.
Great.
And that is my big news. We have this workshop this weekend, and then our big event is on the 25th. So the Earthly Procession, just type that into your search bar. earthlyprocession.com is the website. It's really easy, and we have it on Instagram as well. That's our big way of connecting. That's my big announcement for this.
Cool. Thanks, Kristen.
Mhm.
Okay, any other announcements? Nothing going on. Okay. All right. Is there anything else before we adjourn? Okay, the next regular meeting of the Art and Public Places Committee is scheduled for Monday, May 4th, 2026. Make sure it's on your calendars, everybody. And thank you all. The meeting is adjourned
Thank you.
at 4:29 p.m.
Yes.
Yeah, well done.